Let's move the car back, say 0. And let's go back to our script. Now, this is okay for start, but we have this one here. This is called encoding, this is called hard coding. And it's not a good practice to have this, like numbers. It's 0, 0, 1. So instead, let's create a variable under your class. Give it some space so you can see it clearly. Let's create a new variable. Now we will say public float. Float means a number that can have decimals. So let's say 4.5 or 4.21 and give it a name. Let's say speed and a semicolon. Now, public defines the access that we have for this variable. If it's public, it can be seen publicly. So let me try to explain this better. Let's save it. And actually no, let's make it private first. So private is saying that you can only see it and use it in this script. Let's save it. We have speed here. So our player controller script is right here and we don't see anything here. Now if we change it to public and save, we can see that we have the speed variable here and it's set to 0. If we play now, even though the speed is 0, the car moves. And why is that? Let's check the code. The speed doesn't do anything. We have it, but we don't use it anywhere. Because here we are using the hard code value. Let's delete this and replace it with speed. Now if we save and go back to Unity, we have speed 0, and if we play, the car is not moving. Now, the beauty with the public variables is that you can change them while the game is playing. So let's say if I put 1, you can see that the car is moving forward. If I change it back to 0, nothing means 0 too. The car stops. Now stop playing. And let's go back to script. So you can see here that we are copying these codes. It's not a good practice to copy the same code over and over again. Instead, we have a way to make it shorter and easier to understand. We can delete this and this and say plus equals. This means the same that we had earlier. It means transform that position equals transform that position plus whatever we have here. So it's the same code, but it's shorter and cleaner. If we save, just to make sure that it's working, and play, we have 0 speed. So let's stop and set it 1. Because if we make any changes while the game is playing, they will not be saved. Once we stop playing, it goes back to 1. So if we want the changes to stick, we have to make them when the game is not playing. There is one more thing I want to show you before we close this session. Let's make the speed of the car something more real, like 5. Let's see. That's a decent speed. But you can see that the car is moving, but we cannot follow the car because the camera is staying in one place. If we see here, the car is going, but our view doesn't change. So one easy way to do this, first, let's pick the view that we like. Let's put it here, a little higher. And let's say that we want our camera to lean over the car. So we can use this button here, which is the rotate tool. And you can see that these gizmos appear. Now, if we click and hold any of these lines, they are the axis of the rotation transform component. So either change it from here or from here. I like to change it in the editor because I like to visualize this. So drag it, and you can see our game view is changing. So I like this view. Now I can save, and now if I select my main camera and drag it over our car, release, you can see that it gets inside of this game object. It's a child game object now. So when the parent moves, the camera will follow because they are binded together. Let's hit play. And we can't see much because, but now we can. The road is ending. And the camera is following. Yeah. And our car has fallen. And the camera is still following. You can see it here. Alright. Now, I kind of messed up my scene view. But we can go back. If we select our car and with the mouse over the scene view, we can hit F key, focus, and get closer. Alright, I think that's enough for one session. I hope you enjoyed it, and in the next video we're going to add a braking function for our car and add some trees maybe, because this feels kind of empty and we can't really reference anything when the car is moving. Okay, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.